Hello. Jazz hands.
Hello.
Hello, friends. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
The
Hi.
whole crew here.
Hi. Yep, they're popping in like quickly. What do you guys
Wow.
want? What are you doing here?
Everybody's excited.
You guys are going to blow up the internet.
I know. Hi, Sue. Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello.
What do we have going on today?
I don't know. Something kind of cool, right?
No, just thought we, just wanted to visit. I thought we were coming
Just
to
checking
hang out.
in.
Just coming to
Yeah.
hang
Friday.
out.
Just hanging
Yeah.
out. They
You
told
know.
me to be here, so I'm here.
Yeah, just wanted to get the group together, drinks and cocktails and whatever.
Yeah.
Chips and salsa.
Chips and
Have some
salsa.
little pigs and blankets.
Yeah, you know.
Right now.
Gotcha. Oh, Facebook removed someone's post.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
That was weird. I've never quite seen it happen like that before. That's why I looked down to see, because we're kind of all over the place because we want to make sure you guys didn't miss anything.
I know we're like everywhere right now. Golly, how
Mhm.
many places are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Who
6,
says my
7,
head is spinning? I have over
8.
6 places I can watch this.
Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
You can watch it from anywhere. Probably most people are going to be on the Decoupage Queen page. If you want to kind of go to where see out most of the comments, it's probably where.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm always like moving around. Where is everybody?
Right.
See the comments.
Right. Laura. Hi, Laura. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm so much better. Appreciate all the thoughts and prayers and comments. It was never fun, when you have to go to the ER, but luckily I got everything under control very quickly, and I am completely 100% back to normal. Had my blood work done last week, and everything's totally fine, like actually better than it was. So we're all good. Thank you guys so much for asking, and always fun. Yeah.
Hello. Oh, we've got a couple of people here from Australia. We have Brioni and Bella. She says it's 2 a.m.
Oh, wow. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay. So they're saying when people are trying to share it, their Facebook is removing it. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh, yeah. We're kind of all over the place right now, so you guys are good to go.
Don't get yourselves in trouble. Don't keep trying,
No,
So.
Don't get in trouble. Just let it be. But yes, it looks like all of our friends are on, and it's pretty exciting today. Who doesn't love fall?
I know. Well, fall is our biggest release of the year, usually. It's usually the most anticipated. It's the one everybody sort of waits all year for. Not that the others aren't phenomenal. I mean, you guys, we've already had 2 amazing, spectacular releases this year. So this one certainly will not disappoint. I am glad you all are here to see it. Stop, y'all. Just a little PSA, stop trying to share us out right now, because I think we're streaming too many places. So just stop trying to share it out, because we don't want anybody to get dinged or.
Yeah, we're all over the place. So you guys are good. I think we've covered it. So you guys don't need to do that.
We're covered.
We're covered that. Hello from Greece.
Hello from Greece.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. So if you guys, I can see, especially on my page, you guys keep saying that you're sprinkling. It's okay. We appreciate you guys. We just appreciate you guys are here. If we need to share the live later, we can always do that. But for right now, let's just, I don't know.
Yeah, let's do some exciting reveals. How about we dive in? What do you say?
How about we do it?
Yes, please.
All right.
You let me know when you're ready, and I'll turn it over.
And just a quick PSA as well for those of you that entered birthday giveaway. You must stay till the end
Yes.
to see if you have won or not.
Yeah, because
we're gonna spin the wheel.
that was part of it. So, ta-da!
Here we go. All right, here we go. So I think some people, the moment you guys have been waiting for, I think some people want to see some super fun fall papers, right? Everybody want to see fall papers?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you guys, so Yvette here, who is, you'll hear her voice. I don't know if we can throw her face up there or not.
Do you want to
it's
go?
okay. I'll just stay as a voice today. I'm
Okay.
short and sweet as
Okay.
I made it here today.
So she has the first collection, you guys, as normal. So we're going to let her talk about her own beautifully designed papers that she has created first. So let's begin. We will start with this one.
Well, who is
603.
this beautiful gentleman? It's Beethoven.
Yes.
So the next few papers, you will notice that there will be a theme. They are kind of going back to my musical roots to honor those. And I'm sure that there will be no shortage of people that also like a music theme. So, here we go. And who doesn't like Beethoven? Now, this is Bach. And again, so we have a beautiful portrait, a beautiful frame, and some sheet music in the back.
Do you want to talk about the sheet music?
Yes, so the sheet music in all of those papers, except for one, which I will tell you about later, is actually the prints of actual antique sheet music from each of the composers. So the previous one with Beethoven had actual Beethoven sheet music in the background. Same with Bach. Bach has Bach sheet music, and these are prints of sheet music books that I actually have in my house.
That's awesome.
I had to go digging through the antique store. So here we have a bit of Mozart in the background, a Mozart sonata. I don't think you can actually see any of his name, but just know that he's there.
This is Mozart. Okay.
Yes, and then we have, again, who doesn't like a good butterfly?
Exactly.
And a baby grand. And okay, here we go. This one is a beautiful one. I can't actually remember who is the composer there. Berriot. Okay, and again, it's a violin piece. Sheet music specifically created for violin, a violin score with a violin on top because I used to play violin when I was little. So
and she still does play piano, guys. So I don't know if you've ever heard. She'll sneak in a little snippet sometimes of her playing. Maybe only one. I've only really seen ever one. It's there. It's out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
I've seen a couple. When you put them on Instagram, do you put them on the book too?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't done any in a long time now, in a few months. So you might have to go digging, but
all right.
But the point is, you can create, and then here we have a 4-pack because, of course, we need a 4-pack.
Of
course. Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we have a beautiful 4-pack. And next up, we have for release. So this is another Beethoven. These are sheet music, digital sheet music that I found online and got a license for. So not actual prints that I have at home, just for the record. But I thought these are so beautiful. And I just, like there's nothing more beautiful than just antique looking sheet music to me. Make these little hanging hearts for Christmas, decoupage hanging hearts with sheet music, actual sheet music. So, here we go. Now we don't have to ruin antique books and rip out pages and decoupage with those.
And I just love this. I love the curled edges and the boxing along the sides, and there's some very subtle stains. And if you look closely, there's also, it looks like there's a little bit of overlay some kind of design work in there as well. So
Yeah,
very
yes.
beautifully designed.
Very authentic looking.
Yes, and they just go so pretty. Like if you needed to extend one of these other designs, it's just
Yeah.
really beautiful.
You could absolutely, and I just think the fur release one is just so beautiful. Like especially, I can see it in a large format
Yes.
on a piece of furniture.
Yep.
Mm.
I
There
agree.
you go.
I will
You
do
know,
it.
Mara's famous saying, lots of meat in there. She said,
Mhm.
All
Okay,
right.
so now we're moving on
ah.
into the more spooky territory, and this one is called, what was it called?
It's called Beyond the Veil.
Beyond the Veil. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I am not fully myself today. I've got a bit of a toothache, but so I do appreciate that. I promise I know the names of my own papers.
But
here
at
we
this
have some
point, it's
skulls.
so far in, it's okay if you don't remember them all anymore.
Right.
Right.
I know, but for some reason, I'm like, oh my god, I don't remember the names of my own
I
papers.
know. Well, it happens. We've stopped memorizing it. I mean, this is good grief. It's 609. There's no way we can
know.
remember,
Yeah.
you know?
Cut us some slack. So
Right.
this one has some beautiful Scully portraits in beautiful frames and some letters in the background and some beetles as well. Just a bit of layering, and yeah, you
I
can
love
take
this one so
it
much.
apart if you wanted to, or you can use it in full as well.
And this guy is feeling like you right now with his.
Oh, don't
Oh,
start. I'm surprised. I'm impressed that I made it here because
Me
a few
too.
hours ago I was really in agony. Okay, so here we have a froggy, and again, for those of you that don't know, frogs are actually my favorite animals. Like I used to collect them and all of that. And we have some beetles layered in the background, a bit of script, some roses, a spider, which I don't like, but I'm hoping that the froggy would take care of that for us. We have a bit of a backstory.
there needs to be
It's a
a
standoff.
vacuum there somewhere. There needs to be a vacuum for the froggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a stand up, and mushrooms, of course. Okay, so now we're moving into a couple of pieces that I drew. So digital drawings. I don't paint, but I do sometimes play around on my iPad and draw things. And here's just one. I mean, I guess foliage and flowers and things like that are my thing. I do like them a lot. So this just kind of happened, and I thought, well, mm, might be useful in decoupage at some point.
Very beautiful.
So,
And I do think this qualifies as painting.
you think?
I do. Yes, absolutely.
Digital painting? Maybe. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, this one again, yeah. So this was very much inspired by like tapestries. I went through a bit of a time where I went down a rabbit hole of looking at all different kinds of tapestries on Pinterest, and I was so inspired I started drawing one myself. And yeah, there we go. This is what
Gorgeous.
came out in the end.
This one is called Interlaced.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Very pretty.
Thank you. Okay, Out of Gold. This one's gold, I think. And again, this one is a drawing. So again, foliage, my thing, I'm telling you.
Mhm.
And gold and green. I do like the color combination a whole lot. And again, I just think that this makes such a good background paper.
Mhm.
Or maybe like something that you might be making that might not be so vintage. Obviously,
Right.
we're very vintage sheet music papers, and this is giving more modern vibes for me
Yep.
personally. So yeah, if you wanted to make something that's not so antique.
Beautiful.
Ah.
Alaska.
So, whose legs are those? This guy's. He was actually one of a few that I wanted to make in kind of the same series, but after looking at them for a little while, I wasn't happy with the other one. So this one made the cut because I don't know, something about the colors, the way that the colors and the stripes and everything just pops together. I had to have it, so here it is. Now you can have it too.
Beautiful.
And you'll see some very nice samples of those as well soon. This one has been used a couple of times. And Nancy and Miriam, I'm not going
Yeah.
to say much more, but Nancy and Miriam actually made basically the same thing
Mm-hmm.
without talking to each other at all.
Mm-hmm.
She showed
Isn't that funny when that happens?
Yeah.
That happens a lot with us. It's like the design tells you what it wants to be,
Yeah.
and it might tell a couple of people the same thing.
Mhm. Okay, so Moonlight. Is it Moonlight?
Moonlight, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I remembered. This is just a very pretty scenery, and I wanted to make it a little bit spookier. So we have a little they're kind of faded in elements. So if you wanted to use this as not like such a Halloweeny project, you could, because the spooky elements are kind of faded. But if you look closely, you can see there's a bit of a skull in the moon, and there's a moth again. The moth makes a reappearance a couple of times in this collection. And there's also a little bug crawling around in there. It's like a little centipede thing, which creeps me out. That in itself qualifies as very creepy for me personally.
I
More
saw
than any
him.
skull.
I saw him or his cousin over here, also right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I
she's
mean,
sneaking.
the caterpillar is fine. The centipede thing, that's where I draw the line. That's where it qualifies as creepy and Halloweeny for me personally.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so black and gray stripes. Again, I made those stripes for the mollusca paper. And mollusca has a bit of a damask in the background as well. The stripes don't, but they are basically the exact same stripes. So if you wanted to use those in your project to extend the octopus, for example, or to go with the octopus, then this is the perfect choice because they're going to coordinate very well.
And this is going to also go very well with some of the ones in Teresa's collection.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, this is the last one. This is the cranium. And again, I wanted something about this one. I really like it personally. It's given journaling vibes for me personally. Like it's multi-layered. There's again, the Spidey makes a reappearance, and obviously we have a cut through of a skull, which is very anatomical. It's more anatomical than spooky, I think personally. But yeah, if you wanted to make some Halloweeny things, or maybe not Halloweeny, if you're into gothic stuff, then here we go.
Well, and there's definitely some, if you read some of the words, like there's some anatomical references in here too, like talking about kind of the parts of the brain, like occipital, posterior. It's all very.
Yeah, so there's also, you can also learn from it.
Yes, you can learn. It's educational.
Educational, yes.
Okay. Well, Yvette, 10 out of 10, my dear.
Thank you very much. Thank
10
you.
out of 10.
Yay!
Nice to be back.
Yay!
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Where did Nancy go?
She might have gotten kicked off. She was having some weather.
Remember?
Yeah,
her
she was having some
power.
weather. Okay, guys, so let's move on. We're gonna head on over to the next part of the collection. These are the ones that I created. And I wanted to talk about this one for a minute. This is called Gothic Raven. And And
It's
this guy was hand painted by yours truly. I'm not sure what to say about this other than my goal when I started this was really, when I started this painting some of these, my goal was to do something harder than I thought I could do. And when I first sketched this out, I sent it to Yvette and I said, I don't know, wish me luck. You know, like, I don't know what's going to happen next, but something's going to happen. So I started painting him and he came along really nicely, but this window wasn't here. It was all just completely dark and it felt like really too dark and too heavy. So then we went in and added the window as an afterthought, and it totally makes the paper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we seen this one happen in stages, and it was amazing as it all started coming together. And I mean, look at all of his detail. He's just fantastic.
He's got little hints of orange in him, well, like reflecting off of the candle. And of course we had to have him on a pumpkin, right? I mean, had to have a pumpkin.
He's so beautiful.
Some library books.
Amazing, yes.
Yeah. So thank you guys for your feedback on this. This one, it took several weeks to complete. So I hope that you'll use this a lot and use it often.
Teresa put a lot of work into it.
I put a lot of work into it, and it's not, you know, I can't do a 4-pack of these, you know. So anyway, he's kind of our little signature Halloween paper here for you. Gothic Raven.
Use a lot, you guys.
Yes. He's going to stick around for a while. He's not going anywhere for a couple of years, at least, probably. So as a companion to the Gothic Raven, we have a Poe-inspired paper. This one is called Nevermore. And kind of like what Avetta did with her music-themed papers where she had the actual sheet music, I actually had an antique copy of the Raven book, which was my inspiration for this paper. And you can see it. It's layered here in the background. It's actual, you know, pieces kind of collaged, layered in from the book itself. And it's all sort of interwoven. You know, and there's no like great way to layer a book, but I tried to pull out pieces that were meaningful, and then sort of combine it all together. And of course, that's a classic vintage picture of Mr. Poe there, and our Raven, and it works nicely with the collection. So next up we have Gothic Damask, because you know we love our damask over here. Excuse me. And so this one is going to go very nicely with these two. And there is some striping back there. It's elegant but spooky at the same time. And if you're kind of, you know, very visual person like I am, you can sort of see it almost looks like two skulls kissing here, which is a little bit creepy in my opinion.
Love conquers all.
Even in death. Gothic Stripes, which is kind of like the capstone to the whole situation.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
I love the stripes.
Nancy did lose power, by the way. She just messaged.
She did. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So of course we have the Gothic 4-pack here.
Absolutely necessary.
Because of course we do. Why wouldn't we? And I actually saw Robin. I'm hoping she'll share her project later today, but she did a beautiful project with these series as well. I'm working on one still, but I'm slow, y'all. I got a lot going on. I'm still working on my samples. Excuse me. All right, next up we have Raven Grimoire. So I wanted to sort of combine the spooky element with the very kind of traditional vintage element. So these birds here are actual vintage, they're vintage images, they're public domain kind of vintage images. And so what I did was I set them kind of against a simple background. And this is kind of like a grimoire journal type of writing, and just sort of layered in some branches and a little bit of distressing. So I kept these kind of simple, but yet I also think they're kind of elegant and classy. So if you don't like Halloween style that's very orange and black and in your face, these are kind of a nice compromise to that. And there's 4 of them, of course. So this is the second one. And it does also look sort of even fall kind of vibe as well.
They're
And
very classy.
very, yeah. I really love them. And then the Raven Grimoire 3, they almost look like they could be just framed by themselves and hung up in a store somewhere. And then Raven Grimoire 4. So, and then of course.
Whoop, whoop.
So here are the 4 together, so you can sort of see how they flow. Classy, primitive. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Donna
Classy.
says her husband needs to stop talking to her. She's trying to watch them.
She's focusing. She's focusing. Okay, so next up, you guys know, or you should know by now if you don't, that I love to collect vintage Halloween or vintage postcards of any kind. And usually what I do is I try to collect them in groups of 4 to where I can sort of make a cohesive grouping out of them. And sometimes it takes a while to find the perfect ones, right? So these are actual postcards that I own that have, these 4 probably took me a couple of years to find them all, that were in good enough shape and, didn't need a whole lot of reworking. Of course, I've digitally corrected and enhanced them, but these are very classic, old school, antique postcards here on a 4-pack for you. So a lot of work goes into these, even though this is not like my hand drawing and painting. I just want you to kind of understand the level of effort that goes into curating something like this for you. It does take time and effort. And they're cute. They're super cute, right? Like, so the little cats, which we haven't really done Halloween cats before. We had one, like, couple little witches holding some cats last year.
Well, you can back those on cardstock, and that's it. I mean, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and these also come in vellum. So all the 4-packs come in vellum paper as well. All right. And then next up, we have some more original artwork pieces. And so let me just kind of talk you through this one. This is sort of a blend of kind of like my birds from the spring. This is a blend of both digital artwork and like hand painted, right? So the bird is hand painted. The background is all my own antique ephemera that I've collected, and I made a very interesting background here. And then I layered in some flowers and things. And by digital, I don't mean AI. So I want to be clear too. There's no AI in this collection at all. Okay, so we did not use AI, and that's why our collections take longer than some, is because we do all of this by hand or by our own work, piecing things together. So this is Crowned Robin, and I just think he's just phenomenal. I love him. I love him so much. And then this little perch, I'll explain. I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute. All right, so that's Crowned Robin. This one is called Grunge Pumpkins. And again, this is my own hand-painted artwork here. The pumpkins I painted. And then the book stacks I painted, but I also like layered in some antique postcards and stuff. And then of course you might see something familiar here. You might see our stencil.
That's all.
Our stencil. So this is like a real mixed media artwork kind of piece. And I did a little bit of digital enhancement, not much, but some, to sort of tie it together and complete it. But this one is called Grunge Pumpkins. And this one is called Country Rooster. Country Rooster is also set against a backdrop of some old antique ephemera that I've collected. And of course, the rooster guy is hand painted by me.
He just looks so, you know, I was raised and my dad had a ton of chickens, and this would be like one of the ones he babied and just took care. Like he just looks strong and just like he means business. He's out there ruling the roost, as they say. Like I just love him so much.
Yep.
He's the king.
He's awesome, and he's very, there's a lot of texture, there's a lot of grunge happening in here. Just a super cool print, in my opinion.
And his
so this
colors are striking. Like it's amazing. This just phenomenal, Teresa.
Thank you. And you may remember Autumn Rooster from like early days. I think he was like before we even hit 100s, I think. I don't remember his number, but Autumn Rooster was such a hit, and I still have people asking me for Autumn Rooster. He got retired a couple of years ago, and so this is okay. If people want a rooster, here he is. So we've got a rooster back.
Rooster 2.0.
Okay, gotcha. All right, next one is Painted Pumpkins. And I love this one. It's very whimsical. We got some coffee stains. We have some swirls. We do have some antique ephemera still in the background. And just really fun. This is very fun. The pumpkins, of course, are hand painted by me. So this is really just a fun, whimsical piece that I'm kind of proud of. I think it's really cool. So we've got four sort of in our hand painted, pumpkins, and then two birds. So I started with this guy, and I had these two, and then Country Rooster came last because I was like, okay, well, I guess we need another bird, but I wasn't looking for another crowned bird, So you guys got your rooster.
That's a perfect four pack.
So, all right, next up we have, these are really, this next series I love. These sort of remind me a little bit of our Sweet Autumn collection from a couple years ago. Just sort of a total nod to autumn. We don't do a lot in these colorways usually throughout the year. And so this is the one time of year where I can pull out all the oranges and browns and reds, and I don't feel badly about it at all. I am very much a blue person. If you follow me at all, like most of what I do is in blue. But when I get the chance to do autumn, I like to do it big. So and I'm going to just pull these kind of out because they really were designed to work all together and not just on their own. So I'm just going to pull these four out and let you look at them all together. I'm picturing lots and lots of decoupaged pumpkins. That's what this collection was designed for y'all, for like we love our backgrounds to decoupage pumpkins. Focal images don't work so well on those types of pieces, so these are intended to be kind of used for your more decorative home decor type projects. And of course, all of these are available in large format sizes as well.
Jill said she sees the lampshade. Jill.
Yes, the lampshade. you're like, the sky's the limit, really. Your imagination can go
Exactly.
wild. But pressed flowers from spring several years ago is still one of our top sellers. And so this one is pressed autumn flowers because I felt like we needed an autumn version. This one also goes really well with the autumn bird paper, which is also still very popular. So it sort of ties some past and present together here. And then this one, autumn patchwork. You guys know I have the sister to this in the blue patchwork, which did blue patchwork get retired? I can't remember.
No.
No. Okay. So autumn, here's autumn patchwork. So anyway, you got those four. And I didn't, I went ahead and I did a 4-pack just in case you wanted smaller versions of those for smaller crafty projects or journals or something like that. I just sort of threw that one in there too. So, all right. So next up we are doing, we're doing some like metal signs, which I really love, definitely farmhouse themed. And I guess I'll pull these 4 out too, because they were all designed at the same time and they sort of go together. So we've got some bacon, what's shaken bacon. And we have, this one is Smith's quality meat. My kids did not like this at all. They were like, Mom. But
and so you look into it.
Like, where do you think this stuff comes from, right? And then farm fresh eggs. So these 4 all go really well together. And of course, they're meant to be like, they're meant to look like metal signs. So grungy kind of metal signs. Definitely farmhouse vibe, which we don't do a whole lot of, but we do love it. And here is our little 4-pack of those. I just finished a project with this one. You saw in my sneak peek of that one today.
Again, talk about papers again. When you were saying earlier how these just could be framed and ready to go. So could these.
Yep.
Ready to go.
Yep, for sure. And I have a stencil here to show you in a minute that's going to work really beautifully with these as well. Okay, so next up we have, all right, so these, this next 4, these are all hand painted, but I also layered in some script in the background because I felt like they might have been a little too plain on their own. These are hand painted churches, if you can't tell. So when I was doing these, my husband and I have been attending the same church for years, and we've been there throughout COVID and things. And I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole, but one thing our pastor kind of talks about is how church attendance has significantly declined in the past decade or decades. And you can definitely feel that, and so what I wanted to sort of capture was the beauty of some of these older kind of rustic churches, but sort of bring it back into, kind of the old, like, when we go to church, we sing a lot of old hymns and, just, I think the timing could be right. And I'm not trying to get too religious or philosophical, but kind of revivals and things like that. We're getting lots of younger people coming in who are looking for churches and things like that. So really just sort of wanted to pay tribute to that and my personal experience with our church family. And I probably will be donating some of these original prints to my church, which is has just really been such a part of our family's life. So we've got 4 of them. This one is called The Old Rugged Cross. This one is called Set on a Hill. This one is called Amazing Grace. And then this one is called The Wedding Chapel. So they're each kind of, again, you could frame, you could just totally frame them as is, or use them with others. I didn't I didn't create any complementary papers to go with these. And as I was looking at the collection, I was thinking that we might be missing something, but I did search back through some of our other papers, and there was plenty in our past designs that will work as complements and backgrounds to these. So then you've got the 4-pack as well. And you have, so I felt like these would be nice for Christmas ornaments too. So I did do a paper of several of the churches as ornaments as well. So kind of an early, a little early Christmas gift. Christmas project. Okay. All right. Next up. So when I was talking about the Raven, when I did the Raven, I challenged myself again to do something harder than I thought I could do. This next one was like, okay, well, I did that. So let me do something else that's harder than I think I can do. So that's what this one is. This one is called Isabella.
Here she comes.
Isabella, and I got emotional when I showed the retailers this paper. I'm not going to get emotional here because I've looked at this paper so much that I'm like, I'm already sick of this paper, quite frankly.
Oh my goodness, Teresa, stop it.
I'm sick of looking at it. But I don't think you're going to get sick of looking at it. It's really, really lovely. And I did paint this. So this is an oil painting. And I've got it here if anybody wants to see the oil painting, but
yeah, we do.
You do want to see the oil. Okay. I'll show you the oil painting in just a second, but I kind of want to talk about this. So I did take oil painting classes, you guys, like way before I was into decoupage, way before I had kids. I actually took several years of oil painting. And I painted, still lifes and apples and things like that. And it's just been years since I've done anything like this, right? And acrylics is totally different. Oil painting is its own situation. And so I just said, we've got Sandrina, we have Rochelle, we have Camellia, and I really wanted a spray of red roses. And I just couldn't, I couldn't find what I wanted, and the artist who did those three, it's the same artist. Her name is Margaretha Rosenboom. She's a Dutch painter from the 1800s. I wanted to pay tribute to those papers. I wanted to pay tribute to my roots as, in oil painting. And I wanted to pay tribute to our company name, which is Isabella Art and Interiors, LLC. And then finally, one of my favorite artists of all times is John Singer Sargent, and his collection is widely spread through the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. And I've been there at least 4 times. It's my favorite museum on the planet. So Isabella Stewart Gardner. So Isabella was really the perfect name for this paper. I mean, it just it's sort of everything in the history of Decoupage Queen has been kind of leading to this moment, which is, it's weird, right? Is one paper, but I'll show you the painting. And let's see if I can get it.
This is another one that we are lucky enough to see in stages. And as we've seen one bud and then the other, and she's like, yeah, I don't know about this. And we're all just like, are you kidding me? It's gorgeous. She's like,
well,
yeah,
it's a lot of,
I don't like to paint flowers. And we're like, keep painting. It's amazing.
There's so much, there's so much self-doubt, right? When you put something like this out into the world, because it's a vulnerable feeling. You put so much effort into something it's literally one paper, y'all, for $3.79. Okay. But you put so much heart and soul and effort into one piece of art, and you feel like so much is hanging on that one thing, and the truth is it's not, right? If you like it, great, you can buy it. If not, don't buy it. But for me personally, it just represents so much more than that. It's kind of okay, this is what I want to put out into the world. I want to put beautiful things. I want to give you guys part of what I love, like what I love doing. This is so much more than just decoupage for me, right? And so if I can kind of help pour my heart into this and share that, then I'm down for that. So this is the original painting. I don't know how long it took. Terry probably could tell you from when I sketched it to when I finished, but
it's a good few weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good few weeks, but I remember the bud especially is when you were just like
this one,
that one, when you were like, yeah, no, no,
yeah,
no. And we're just like, Teresa, seriously, like this, no.
yeah,
It's wonderful.
yeah,
And it's such striking. I mean, all of it, like the way it's all of them are laying. I mean, and Teresa says it a lot, and and we got to remember, like, this is hand painted stuff. Like, again, she said no AI, and I'm sorry, you just can't get that much beauty from AI. You can't. I'm sorry.
yeah. It's not easy, and it's not easy to do, and it's not easy to put it out into the world. And to be honest, it wasn't even easy to get this paper to look this way. I probably scanned it in and edited it at least no lie 25 times. My whole picture feed is of this one paper. So anyway, I hope you love
exactly. So Jennifer says can't be duplicated.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Thank
Nope.
you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I'm reading your comments and I'm taking it all in. Okay, next up we have Red Roses and Birds. And I can kind of go on a little tangent here too. I really struggled with this collection, guys. I mean, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure what I wanted it to be. And so I really had to force myself outside of oil painting, like, because a lot of these are not hand painted, right? They're just our normal style. There's no way we could paint a whole collection. But this one kind of came together on its own. I'm not sure what happened. And it was like, okay, well, I guess we need some more birds. So, so we've got some more birds, and this is actual like a vintage wine label in the back, which I thought worked really beautifully as a background. You could definitely use this one for Valentine's Day too. It's very romantic and soft.
Nancy's back, and in order for me to get her backstage, I need to pop her on screen really quickly,
Okay.
and then I'll take her back off.
Everybody say hi
There
to
she
Nancy.
is. Hi, Nancy. All right.
I'm back.
There she goes.
Yay.
Just in time for the birds, Nancy.
I
know.
see. I'm watching. Still no power, but we have the generator on.
Okay. Yeah. That's commitment, right? She has no power, but she came back to us.
Yep.
All right. So we've got urban poppies.
Poppies.
So I sort of did these at the same time because I really wanted these splashes of red. I had an Isabella, which was the only like bright kind of red paper, and I wanted some more splashes of red in here. And we had a poppies paper. It got retired through no fault of anyone's. Just it was its time, right? So we had urban poppies to kind of bring back some poppies. We've got some butterflies and some other little elements, and then it's got some kind of urban, vibes back there too. Next up, we have papillon poppies. So we've got more poppies with butterflies. This one is very reminiscent of, I don't know if you guys remember the paper Love Heather.
Oh, yes.
This one is definitely reminiscent of kind of early old school decoupage queen. So I love that sometimes. I love kind of going back and bringing in some early vibes, right? All right, and then next up, so this is what, so these past three papers, this is what that collection was supposed to be. it was supposed to be very Italian and, textural and kind of peeling paint and cracks and stuff like that. But it didn't quite pan out that way. This is the only one that turned into that. I'm going to still explore that, you guys, but I did get a chance to visit Italy several years ago, and I fell in love with the architecture and just all the beautiful things. And I've got pictures still that I want to go through. But anyway, this one is called The Villa. And then here's the portrait.
Jeanette is asking, she's saying, OMG, all these papers are superb. When can we place an order?
So retailers are on and retailers. So these are exclusive for retailers for the first week. We will not have them on our website, only for retailers who need to restock. And retailers, we are pretty close to selling out on several. So feel free, if you are one of our Decoupage Queen retailers, to let us know you're here. And then Terry has just popped in the link so everybody knows how to find someone who is close to you. Roses and Poppies 4-pack. Okay, so I couldn't let the whole collection escape without doing some blue. I was like, you know what this collection needs? It needs some blue. So we put a little bit of balance in here. There is some blue for my blue lovers like me. This one is called Indigo Botanicals, which is really funny because these are like, those old school cyanotypes that you can buy the kits, right, and do cyanotypes. And since I've looked at these and I've been talking about these a little bit, my whole Facebook feed is like full of those cyanotype kits, where you can do these, you can make your own indigo prints at home, which I think would be kind of fun to try, but that's not what I did here. These are commercially licensed prints that I have layered some of my own pieces onto.
Love the blue.
Indigo Botanicals 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I just love these. And then we also have a reverse, which I think we needed. This one kind of looks reminiscent of Blue Flight a little bit. So we've got those 4. And
the retailers who are saying that you're here, you're more than welcome to actually put your link in.
Yeah.
So drop your links to your store in here, in the comments. And
yeah, if the book will let you, it may not let you, but if it will.
It's letting them. There's just a few that
Okay.
are, a handful are just saying that they're here, but they're not posting their links. Yeah.
So this is the Indigo Botanicals 4-pack. Okay, so that's it for these, except for one more. We do have one more, kind of like the Teresa Renee Art 4-pack of my crowned birds from the last spring release. This is what the original artwork now looks like for my crown, this bird and this rooster. So this is the Teresa Renee Art Autumn Mixed Media 4-pack. And so this is like the actual, this is actual scans of the artwork itself as completed, which I think is nice to have. It's nice to add. And the thing that I want to show you here is what I did. So, I painted him first, right? So I could just use the bird, but then I completed him and I added, there's like old Decoupage Queen papers in here, guys. I think that's so fun, right? So you can see autumn swirls in here. This is elegant sunflower and chandelier in here. We have some of the spring damask stencil in here, and of course some pentart crackle. So it's all sort of like, right here together in one paper. It's all the elements that we do and talk about, but I've simplified it. And you can definitely use some of those same things to extend it out. And then our rooster here, same thing. So I've got weathered damask, a multi harlequin in there. So super fun. You know, I just think that's really fun to do. So,
Mhm.
okay. So that is the fall 2024 collection. We do have a couple more things to show you.
Amazing. I will just tell you that I keep seeing like people doing pumpkins and getting into the fall and Halloween stuff, and I've been stuck because I want to use our papers, and I'm like, I can't.
You're not stuck anymore.
I'm not stuck anymore.
You're not stuck. You can go
We're free.
using
We're
it.
free. We're free.
Yep. Let the floodgates open up. I felt the same way. I'm like, and I've seen a couple of things that I'm like, oh, this would be perfect for that.
Uh-huh.
I gotta
I
get my mouth shut.
literally have stuff sitting right here, and I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I can't.
And not to mention all the projects we've done that we're just sitting on, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes, killing us.
Okay, so let's start with some stencils.
Woohoo,
You
love
guys,
this.
y'all told us you needed some checks, so we gave you some checks. You can still, Avetta's hand painted checks paper is still available. It is not retired.
No, it's not.
But if you want some other options, we now have a check stencil. And I used this one just yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I love, love, love it. So you've got you've got the bigger stack, and then you have a smaller scale, and then you also have some cards, you know, some of the sweet here. For those of you who really like Alice in Wonderland, this is perfect for that. I don't know if our friend Sarah is on. Did you guys see her table, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
my
my God.
goodness.
MG. I was like, OMG. I'm having to go back and look at it every day because it's phenomenal. Sarah Arthur from Vintage Lux Design. If you're not following her, you should be. Okay, this one is not mine. This one is our dear friend Yvette's.
Oh, no. Hello. I thought we needed some roses. So
We
we have
absolutely do.
I
stencil
agree.
now. And they're all in
Absolutely
different
do.
shapes, so you can kind of use them to frame things if you wanted to, or
Mm-hmm.
you know, in whichever way you wanted to. Anyways,
Love, love, love.
Love that.
I'll do your three next too. So
Oh,
okay. So this one here has a frame. So if you have followed me for a while, you would have actually seen me repaint a mirror that has a frame that looks very similar to this.
yep.
mm-hmm.
Several times. So this stencil is based on that particular mirror. And God, it took me so long to make it. So anyway,
She's
that's
trying for a frame for a minute, but look, I mean, this one is yes.
It was worth waiting for.
and
Mm-hmm.
then we have a
So,
nice
and I have a funny story. I have a funny story that I'm not trying to embarrass you, Yvette, but
oh, go on.
when Yvette first started designing stencils with us, this was the first one that she attempted.
Mm.
And it
I don't do things the easy way.
She doesn't do things the easy way. And it just, you know, her skill level at that time did not quite match her vision. And that is no slight, because clearly she has obtained the skill level at this point. But I kind of said to her, I said, look, this is probably something you got to work up to. Like, don't get discouraged. It will happen. But like, you know,
it was very ambitious, but we got there in the end.
we got there, and it's amazing.
Stencils, I mean, I have never, but stencils are not easy.
They're not.
Correct?
They are not easy to create at all. But she did it, you guys. So this is like, and how long have we been doing stencils now? So this is
over a year.
Yeah, so it's taken, you know, a good bit for her to work up to this, you guys. So I just want to, you know, as we continue to do this, you're going to see us sort of evolve, and our skill levels are changing too. So bravo, dear.
Thank
All
you.
right.
And okay, so Here we have some flying critters. And again, after I did the hand painted butterfly last fall, people kept saying that, oh, we need a stencil, we need a stencil. And then
Yep.
people were saying about dragonflies as well. I haven't drawn a dragonfly yet, but you can have a stencil for now.
There you go. Beautiful.
I love it.
Detail on them.
I
Mhm.
love these too. They're gorgeous. And
Yeah.
I saw wait till you guys see Nancy's project with these.
Yes, yes.
All right, and then last but not least, happy fall, y'all.
Happy fall, y'all.
Oh, y'all. So these are my little hand-drawn pumpkins and maple leaves and swirls. These are all drawn by hand that I've turned into. Of course, the type is not, but everything else is. And I turned those into a little pumpkin stencil for you guys too, because we definitely needed some pumpkins. Okay, so that concludes our fall release.
Bravo, bravo.
Wonderful. Love it.
We might have a part 2 coming.
I was just wondering, are we going to be hinting at anything or not?
Teresa's not good at hints.
Full release.
Stop it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Teresa's not good at hints.
Okay. No more. No more.
That's all I'm gonna say. They're gonna bring the cops over here and tape my mouth shut.
See, I have access to mute the mic.
So
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
All right.
I don't know. Maybe. But we
Then-
have something else to do.
yep.
We do indeed. Let's
Yep.
do the
We do.
wheel.
Okay. So let's do it.
Look at that.
Wow.
How many entries did we have for
I
the
don't
birthday
know. I
party?
didn't count, but my email, oh my guacamole. I was like, God, I hope nobody's giving me anything important because I can't see it through all of this stuff. But we have 77 entries.
Wow.
Great.
So that means they followed along with us all day with the birthday, gathered all the words and all the good stuff. So
That's amazing.
the entire rice paper collection that Teresa just showed in A4s, that's one of the prizes. Well, in combination with DQ swag. So we're gonna pick 2 winners. So DQ swag and the complete A4 collection that
Mhm.
Teresa just showed. So
And
good
you're
luck.
actually going to get this stack that I just showed you, like the literal papers that we just went through. Those are the ones that we're sending. Because it's complete, I don't have to pull it, right?
Right, exactly. You have one stack done. You just have to do one more.
Yep. It's
Okay.
on my desk. It's ready to go.
Here we go. Good luck. The first one is Darla Weatherful.
Woo.
Darla Weatherful.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Hold on just 1 second. We'll get our next winner and then I'll pop my email up for you guys. So one more. Let's get our second winner. Denise
Really?
Awesome.
Denise
All
Carilli. Congratulations.
Darla and Denise, congrats.
Darla and Denise, congratulations. So if you can both please email me at, I gotta find it. It says goodie bag, but this is the email right here. So Terry, TERI at decoupagequeen.com. If you can please send your address to my email, and then we'll get you guys out your prizes. Woohoo! Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I don't think we've ever seen them as winners before. So
I don't think we
that's
have.
that's pretty cool too.
Very neat.
So
Okay.
the first week, we always get messages. Can't find it. Can't find it. It's because you got to go to your favorite retailer.
Got to find your retailer.
Yeah.
Find your favorite retailer.
And I can tell you they bought lots, so they're ready for you. So go get them.
Go get them.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you,
So,
everybody.
thank
for
you.
Thank
joining.
you.
Thank you for watching.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.